Hello everyone, we are Dolce, Alec, Khouloud, Jessica, Maxim, and Philippa, and we will tell you what we know about doing business in Ghana. Let's get started.
I will now introduce Ghana to you all a bit by telling you some interesting things about their political landscape, the geography of Ghana, and how their socio-economical status is right now. From 1992 until now, Ghana has been a democratic country. They hold elections every 4 years, and quite recently they took place again. The latest term of the 12th president, Nana Akufo-Addo, made some nice improvements to Ghana. It seems that he has been able to keep up his promises he made during his campaign. Also, the president and his cabinet has had to deal with the ongoing pandemic and implemented several strategies to cope with the economic setbacks and aid the people in need of healthcare or social welfare. All that I found on the politics of Ghana point to it being more and more stable and promising every 4 years. Geographically, Ghana holds 238,000 square kilometers and has a population of almost 30 million people. These are impressive numbers, but on top of that, Ghana is home to about 47 different local languages, and of all these local languages, the most widely spoken is Akan. Ghana has seen their economy grow very well over the past 5 to 10 years, but unfortunately, that growth has been halted as the global pandemic broke out. We all know that this is the case for most of the world right now, but for Ghana, this has to be even more unfortunate since they are really booming in business lately. They have seen their hard work and improvements bring its reward in from its growing economy, also meaning that their GDP has been increasing steadily over the last years and was expected to do even better in the coming ones.
I'm going to talk about company types in Ghana. So first of all, we have a limited liability company or an LLC, which is a company that can be established by one shareholder from whichever nationality, but it has to have at least one director who is an ordinarily resident in Ghana, and it also has to have an official business address in Ghana for communications and for keeping important documents. Then we also have a public LLC, which is actually the same as a normal LLC, except for the fact that shares are available for sale on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Then we also have a branch office, which is an outlet of a company that isn't seen as a separate legal entity, but it's just geographically separated from the mother company. Again, here you need a representative who is a resident in Ghana and an official address. And then last but not least, we have a free zone company, which is most interesting for foreign investors, as you get a lot of incentives. You don't need a representative from Ghana. You can have whichever nationality you want. Everyone can be foreign. And you get incentives like there is no restrictions on repatriation of profits, or they get exemption from tax and import duties in these free zones. And then the sector that we would advise you to invest in will probably be the agricultural sector, as half of Africa's economic activity actually comes from agricultural activities, which means that there are a lot of opportunities for investment. So we would strongly recommend to invest here.
So I will be talking about the cost of doing business in Ghana. There are many different factors that influence the cost of doing business there. For instance, business registration. Like in every other country, the first step in starting a business is to legally register your business entity. And you do this at the Registrar General's Department. You have different forms of business entities, such as companies limited by shares, companies limited by guarantee, companies with unlimited liabilities, external companies, and sole proprietorships. It is important for any kind of business to get the taxpayer identification number, also known as the TIN. You have to fill in all the necessary company registration forms, and after submitting all the forms, the process should be completed within 2 weeks. Then you will also need to pay stamp duty, business incorporation and filing fees. Stamp duty is 0.5% of the stated capital for all Ghanaian companies, but this rule doesn't actually apply to joint foreign ownerships and trading enterprises. Incorporation and filing fees should be paid directly and cash to the Registrar General's Department. And when you own a company, you are also obligated to file for annual returns where you have to pay a fee of $50, and the financial statement must be approved and signed by the directors of the company. Of course, also at the annual general meeting of that company. And then you have the next cost, which is the labor employment. The reason why so many foreign companies are actually interested in investing in Ghana is because of the low cost of labor. The average fee they pay to their employments is about 32 cents per hour. And this allows foreign entrepreneurs to limit production costs and maximize profit. And an executive of a multinational company in Ghana can earn up to 26,000 maximum a year. And an employee can earn maximum 45 a year, like 45 euros or so. Then the last cost of doing business there is one of the important ones, the taxes. Corporate income tax rate in Ghana is about 25%, but the mining and the upstream petroleum industry companies pay a tax rate of 35%, and the hotel industry pays a reduced rate of 22%. When taxes are not paid by the due date, a penalty is calculated at 125% of the statutory rate, applied to the amount outstanding at the start of the period.
If you're planning on doing business in Ghana, you must know its business etiquette because this will improve communication and it will create a professional and mutually respectful atmosphere between you and your business partners. Some of the things you must know are greetings. Before COVID-19, a handshake with the right hand was a way to greet foreigners. If this way of greeting ever comes back, you must know that you should only use your right hand because the left hand is considered the toilet hand. Communication style. Ghanaians communicate in an indirect way. This means that they avoid any kind of topic that could cause tension and humiliation. This is why you should never give bad news or make negative comments to your partners. Otherwise, the environment will be uncomfortable and everyone in the room will remain silent. Business time. Punctuality is really important for Ghanaians. Their work time is relaxed and flexible. Sometimes they postpone deadlines, but mostly because family obligations come first. First meetings. It wouldn't be a surprise if your business is not even mentioned in your first meetings, because in Ghana they use the first meetings to get to know your business partners. This is why you should show interest in their lives, ask for their families, their hobbies, and everything before you get into business. Addressing partners. In Ghana, professional and academic titles are important. You should always use them to address your Ghanaian partners because this is how you show respect. You can only address your Ghanaian partners by using their first name if they invite you to do so. If they don't do it or you will be considered rude.
So right now, let's take a look at Ghana 2020. Ghana has published the 10-point agenda that are the pillars of the government's industrial plans. This will be critically examined and shall be placed into the viewpoint of a possible investor. The 10 steps are the following. First of all, we have National Industrial Revitalization Program. Then we have One District, One Factory. Then we have Strategic Anchor Industries, Business Regulatory Reform Program, Industrial Subcontracting Exchange, Industrial Parks and Economic Zones, Domestic Trade, Export Development Program, Enhancing Domestic Retail Infrastructure, and last of all, Public-Private Sector Improvement Dialogue. As you can see, these steps talk about every area of Ghana's industry. If we dive deeper in each step, which we don't have time for, unfortunately, you will be able to see that Ghana is extremely aware of their current situation, and they have made solid and well thought out plans to boost their industry. They have objectives ranging from boosting the local economy to make it a stronger market by boosting the relationship between SMEs and bigger companies, and also by making domestic trade more efficient, all the way to giving the industry more room to grow by making industry-oriented and industry-ridden areas all around Ghana in every single region of Ghana. Concluding, Ghana is an extremely attractive African country to invest in. It has great plans for the future to keep growing and eventually be a competitor on the global market, on global scale. And right now is the time to hop on the boat because they're implementing their plans right now. So it will be possible to be a pioneer, the first in Ghana, and by the time that Ghana is a global competitor, your company might be well established.
Lastly, I will talk about my experience contacting the Embassy of Ghana. I firstly had sent them an email, but after a week they still hadn't responded, so I gave them a call instead. The lady on the phone is very direct and not as friendly to me. She couldn't help me right away, so she advised me to send an email again and mark it as urgent. This worked wonders, as I got a response within the hour. The email wasn't as professional either, as they didn't properly greet me and they didn't add the email with a name, so I had no idea who I was talking to. After emailing back and forth for a few days, I finally got in contact with an officer, but she told me that she had just started her vacation and was on her way to Ghana. This means that we were not able to do any meeting. But she did leave me some brochures to pick up, but I was unfortunately not able to go and get them as our paper was due on Monday and they had only let me know where I could pick them up on Tuesday. Overall, the experience I had with Ghanaian people is that they're eager to help, but they might come off as cold and not as professional. On this note, I would like to end our presentation. Thank you for listening.